What's up, everyone? How we doing? Quick little update today about the carb journey. I want to share some stuff with you all really fast that might be informative, helpful, whatever it might be. Two things I've come across since doing this. One, it actually requires me to eat more often than I ever expected it would. Well, I knew it was going to make me eat more because I was eating more food, more carbs. I was aiming for about 4 or 5. I don't know if it's 4 or 5 total servings, but it might be 4 or 5 more servings a day of consumption of carbs, aiming for that 400, 500 gram mark. But one thing I did realize, these can go hand in hand, is that you cannot fall behind on your carb consumption. Or any food consumption in that case, but for this case too, because it seems like the volume, physical volume of 40, 50 grams of carbs is so large, a cup of rice. Eat 4 of those or whatever, it's very difficult to keep that volume up. And the second thing is when I have workouts at night, it's hard to eat enough food after that workout to recover. So in the morning I feel fine. So I found out that look, I really need to eat right after, maybe about 25, 30 minutes after. And then that would be, again, heavy carb amount, the right amount of calories, so on and so forth. And then the next morning, I have to try and make up a little bit for that time. Because I think too often we think about that 24-hour time scale versus that rolling time scale. And I like to think about my carb consumption based on events, not based on time. It's not like, hey, every 24 hours we gotta eat. It's, here's an event, here's my carb consumption before and after that event. Here's my event, my carb consumption before and after. My before is gonna be low, I gotta make it up after. If my after is gonna be low, the next after can help. So it's a rolling cycle. And that rolling mindset really helps. And that helps with everything basically in life too. If you think about learning, it's not 24 hours, it's a rolling cycle. What I learned last night, I can benefit myself by reviewing some of that the next morning. 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours later. Yes, we're constrained by time because we have hours. But that doesn't mean that there's some distinction between that time interval, between Monday and Tuesday. It's rolling. And what I found for my carb consumption is that I need to be taking into consideration that before and after, in the same way that I would consider, trying to learn something. If I only could learn at night before I got a test the next day, I'd spend some time that morning learning about it so I can be ready for my test. Same thing goes with my carb consumption. Wanted to share with you all, don't fall behind. Get anybody who's eating for refueling purposes, falling behind the 8 ball, getting stuck behind, backloaded and trying to eat a ton of food, then you feel real bloated, you don't feel as good. And then if you don't get all the food, that's totally fine. Just understanding where you can make it up. So far feeling good. Good energy levels, good recovery levels. I'm enjoying it so far. I feel really good. I've been sleeping better, weirdly enough. I'll talk about that maybe next video. One night I didn't sleep well, but that was for other non-carb related reasons. I was nervous about some stuff. But lately, last couple of nights, since the start of the carb process, I've had more good heavy nights of sleep that feel good compared to before, where I feel like I wake up quite a bit, like almost ready to go. Not anxious, but the engine already running and waking up earlier than I need to. So appreciate you guys. I'll fill that in next time, the sleep stuff. As always, thanks, take care, and I hope you enjoy.